Well, y'all, good morning, y'all. I slept really good, honey. According to my fitness watch, honey, I slept 7 hours and 55 minutes. And of course, the roster's telling me um, to take it easy today. This is what it says. It says I went to sleep at 11:30 last night. It said sleeping at 11:33 is appropriate and contributes to good health. Maintaining this bedtime can lower risk for heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. Consider focusing on consistent sleep patterns to improve your energy levels, score up, and good work, and the good work, and stay motivated. Um, Let me say this, and of course it got some lack of consistency last night because y'all, I was supposed to be washing my hair last night. I was supposed to be giving the dog the bath last night, and I just dozed off, y'all. Casually, I brushed my teeth, floss, brushed my teeth, did my mouth rinse, did my little body, whatever I thought I was doing. And girl, of course, I just like moisturized myself to like relax myself, and I just casually pulled the sheets back, laid down, and y'all, I was out. And then I think at 3:41, I was like, oh my God, I was supposed to wash my hair. And y'all, I was really about to go wash my hair. Still at 3:41. I was still about to give the dogs a bath at 3:41. But something said, girl, take your ass to bed. So it took me like an hour and 44 minutes to like fall back asleep because I start watching some body cams and shit, body cam footage. Mm. And a little side note of some tea that I was seeing, by the way. But listen, you guys, I don't know what the fuck that was. I think I drank some water and was a little bit of backwash stuff in there. But listen, I wanted to discuss some things now. I've been responding to emails, and I will be doing a video. Probably, if not for my car today, I'll be doing it. You'll be actually because I just want to show the bottles of the oils because, of course, we have the half of the ounce. You know, well, I guess you call them like dram containers, and then we have the actual 1 ounce bottles. And then, of course, I told y'all that we're doing something. I'm trying to wait until the essence actually come so I can actually get into it. So you know exactly what it is, how much it is, because of course I'm giving a deal like buy three get two, buy four get one, something along those lines. Because of course, like I said, I have a real big thing of oil, and of course I bought it because people are ordering larger things of oil, and I was like, oh, I don't want to keep putting them on hold for any of that. So you guys will be seeing that today. I do want to say this to y'all: when you guys get a chance, check out a video on YouTube called The Psychology of People Who Do Not Post on Social Media. Okay. I think I'm always on my phone, so I don't post because I'm busy. I do think the psychology behind it all. I had a discussion with this years ago, and that's the other thing I be telling people too. I have a real big problem. I get very irritated when people try to like bully you for having your uniqueness, or people be trying to like confront you because you don't agree with them or your experience is a lot different than them. Especially if it comes out that you're more experienced, because I do feel like age is nothing but a number, and I think that some people just kind of flew through life arrowhead Lee, we would say airhead. I don't know if y'all use that term where y'all from, but somebody who doesn't think, they're just living to exist. We call those airheads, and also that's another word for saying remedial or stupid, but not really directly saying it. And so some people feel like because they either traveled the world and or they're like twice your age or whatever the case may be, that they're more experienced than you, when in reality they just lived life longer than you, or they lived life in many, many places, but they actually did not grasp the concept of life. And so your experiences are different from theirs, and you understand how this world is. And so, you just see things differently. And like I said, just like when people try to like bully you, now they start to make you feel different or weird, or as if you don't know as much, as if you don't know shit. And it's like, baby, listen, one thing about me, two things for sure. I'm never going to be in a place, whether it's my home country or another country, and not know the laws and not know exactly what's going on around me. Even going into the point of living my life and understanding that everything's unfolds. I always tell people you cannot trust in the universe, but still want to hold on to your life, your reality. You cannot say that you're spiritual or that you're fully surrendering yourself to the possibilities of the universe because it's endless. But yet, every second on a second, you got to keep up with what's going on, how things are going on, who's being involved, and blah 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 blah. And so, like, so I just like that. And I would say for like probably the past month, I've been feeling like energy. And I always tell people this: I don't think that it's people per se. I think that is a testing spirit. It is a spirit of testing that will use people to irk your fucking nerves. And if I have to be honest, yesterday I was kind of feeling that. Like, I think there was multiple situations yesterday where like people are kind of irking the fuck out of me, and not even and we're talking about in person, like things, experiences going on where I was just like, girl, people who knows me, and I think you guys, whether you met me in person or not, you kind of know my personality. I kind of move at the beat of my own drum. I don't owe anybody or anyone anything. And another reason why I know people don't owe me nothing is why I start doing my own shit. I'm, solo dolo. I've done my own things. Going into, prior to me having my own shit, that means own house and own car. My roommates, people who I've known, my parents could tell you that I was not a bugaboo, baby. They would be like, where you go? Where you just come from? Oh, I just went over here. How did you get there? I walked, or I rode a bike, or I got on a bus, whatever. I was doing things as if I still had my own shit, right? And I think that's how I manifest my shit faster too. But either way, I never wanted to make people feel like I had to, I needed them for something, or they had to take me somewhere, or I never wanted to inconvenience people. And if people were making it seem like I was inconveniencing them, I would just be like, okay, bitch, I'm not going to ask another thing. I'm just going to do my own thing. And then if they do bring it up, hey, I'm going to Walmart, do you want to go? I'll be like, oh, I already went, or whatever it has to be. It could be many things. And so, like I said, for me, I understand that. I think when it comes to you, other people don't understand that. Like, you would tell people, I'm only free between this time and this time. I'm only free this day. I'm only free this. And then, of course, they'll text you, they'll blow your phone up and be like, oh, I need, or whatever. And like I said, I don't think it'd be them per se. I think it'd be an energy, especially you're in this mindset of like manifesting, and you're in this mindset of getting things accomplished, because maybe you've been putting these things on hold for the past few years, or few months, or few days, or few weeks. And then it seems like right when you're like, okay, let me start focusing, then it's like that energy will be like, no, bitch, focus on me. And so either way, like I said, I was feeling that yesterday where I was like, I think I need a break from people for, personal energy for a couple of days, if not even a week or so. Because baby, when I tell you that my nerves were like rattled the fuck up, and even I be thinking about it as well. I think it's definitely fine and dandy to have a debate and to have a discussion with people about certain topics. But I think that some people are in defensive mode about certain topics. And I feel that. And once again, we go into why I don't really deal with people. We're going into why I kind of isolated myself for the most part. And we go into, once again, why I don't really deal with social media. Because it's not about me being too busy or not really giving a fuck. It's really open about me. I don't want to be fighting with people who either don't really care about what they think they care about, and or their priorities are fucked up. And so for me, peace of mind, safety, also going back into what they say, ain't no triggering. Girl, where I'm from, honey, girl, it was constant fighting, bickering, and a lot of times it got physical. Baby, I have uncles, aunties, and cousins who went to jail for hitting even my grandmother. And so, baby, for me, that's not how I want to live my life. And like I say, even going to the sense of me fighting with people about stupid ass shit that doesn't matter to me or them. And a lot of times I feel like people who are insecure with who they are and where they're going, or what their reality might be, they will start to think that this is actually my cause. So I have to fight for it. And it's like, no, this is not your cause. Because if shit starts to go down or shit hits the fan, ain't nobody going to have your back like you're going to have your back. You're going to have to come together and figure out a plan. And if you don't have that plan down for yourself, then there's no us, there's no we. There's not no, people speaking up for me. Like I said, collectively, I'm a part of multiple communities, but I know that I'm on my own. I know that if things were to go down, the people and the things I have to really, really worry about is myself and my animals. Now, of course, if it came down to other people that I care about, like family and friends, of course, I would reach out and be like, hey, you're okay, you're cool, whatever, let's, whatever, come together. But priority, it's like, oh, girl, like, oh, no, honey. It's my household. It's things that affect me, my future. And even going into this as well, like they say, people who people who don't remember the past is doomed to repeat it. Like history repeats itself, and it only repeats itself heavily or worse for people who don't remember the past. I also will add on to that to say, okay, the past 5 years, what has been done collectively? What type of personal experiences have you been through that people actually helped you out in? People actually voluntarily came out and said, I'm going to help. Collectively, that's what it comes down to. I do not put myself in other people's situations as far as like if I start seeing people getting their ass whooped for certain things or getting chastised for certain things, I don't start thinking that that's what I'm doing, or that's a part of me, or oh shit, I'm gonna probably have the same fate. I don't like that. I consider myself different. To be a spiritual person, to be a person who is awake, as a lot of people say. I feel like a lot of laws and energies that are sent out, because that's what they are, I think they're meant to affect certain people, and I don't consider myself to be part of those people that it will affect. And so, of course, thus far, I think I've been quite accurate with that, and quite fair with that, still being compassionate, still being respectful about other people's time, space, and energy, but also saying, baby, that does not apply to me. And so I'm not fighting a fight that my dog is not in that fight. And of course, if we were to get into me fighting for what I believe in and also the good stuff, girl, it has nothing to do with grown ass woman or grown ass man. It has everything to do with children, though. It sure do. Because of course I've lived my life, whether it's been 35 years, 25 years, it doesn't matter. I'm an adult now. I've been able to make my own decisions. There's people that did not make this even 21 years old. So this is the end of the road for me. This is the end of the road for me. But I would like to think that children have a lot ahead of them. And of course, those are the ones that are really the future. As an adult, you really don't matter. As an adult, you're not the future. As the adult, you add on to, but you are not the main event. And of course, I feel like that gets into a little bit of and not in a bad way neither, like a little bit of like egotistical, maybe even like imposter syndrome, or not really getting the attention, or not really getting the love you need fully as you were becoming and shaping and molding into becoming you. And so now that you are in this space, you're like, hey, I have the voice. I can say what I want, do what I want, and I could talk about things that affects me. When in reality, like I said, you had your chance. The showrunner there's new showrunners, honey. There's a newer energy, fresher energy. And so, like, so I just want to share that, honey. Nothing really, personal, irritating. Y'all know me, honey. Irritated, honey. The people would know, like, bitch, you irritate the fuck out of me, girl. Bye, 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 bye. Like I said, collectively, I felt a lot. And if I got to be honest, I think the whole damn week, girl. And not really like agitated completely, but it's more so, baby, like I have, myself set up with a schedule. I have myself set up with time and a space for everything. So I can have my alone time. I can have my space, my time to like rest my brain, rest my energy. And I just feel like it's been a needy situation. And so it's like, oh girl, like honey, like baby, we could have did this day, that day, this day, that day. And then I start thinking about it. Well, maybe it's not this person. Maybe it's not these people. Maybe it's energy saying like, bitch, I'm going to use these people to irritate the fuck out this person. And once again, this is personal stuff, y'all, not, business in public. Because baby, you pay for that. So if you're paying me to bug the fuck out of me, please bug the fuck out of me. If you're paying me to irritate me, bitch, please irritate me. And I'm joking. Don't really irritate me. But you know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, like I said, the oil thing, mentioned the oil thing, going into case or going into energy work, y'all. I told y'all 24 hours in advance for readings and stuff. And of course, we got that down. So I am making a little more time, for my online people, y'all need me for a reading, you don't have to wait, days. We even have something called urgent, and of course it's still within 24 hours. Some people say, what's the difference between the urgent and the 24 hours? Yeah, there's sometimes I am available in this day, or I may only have like one or two readings lined up. I could immediately deal with you immediately. Hey, let's do a reading in an hour. We've even done things where I literally said, let me set aside 8 hours today to be available immediately for people. A lot of times that's not always, that's not always possible, because of course things come up that, I may have to go do a in-person situation. I may have to deal with other things, other energies. So of course, like I said, I'll have to say, hey, let's do it tomorrow. But typically within 24 hours, that is the rule of thumb, within 24 hours. So you hit me up at 1 p.m. By 1 p.m. the next day, for sure, you would have had your reading. Okay. Now, of course, unless I'm extremely busy, we'll say 2 days, but I'm really working on going past that. Something else, and I always, and this is something that I think about, because one of my people, their concerns were, and there's actually a few of you, this was your concerns, but one of them in particular, this was bugging the hell out of them. They were not able to sleep for like the past few weeks because there's just a lot going on. And I say it's so weird how we're all like connected, right? Like we all go through similar things within the same time period. So there's been some concerns about, them not having anxiety, them not having any type of psychological bad effects from social media in the past few weeks, the past few days. Most importantly, that's what made them hit me with such urgency yesterday, is that they have been really in a state of fear and panic, right? They've been worrying about things going down and things affecting them. And of course, they wanted to reach out for, my opinion. And I tell people this, and even going to where I would kind of mention the psychology of people not posting on social media, why I brought that up, even bringing that up. And that just popped up today, by the way. That's how you know YouTube be listening to your shit, girl. How you doing, YouTube? Social media, I've learned this because, and I want y'all to understand this, right? These platforms did not pay people, or do not pay people because they have something to say. The background of them paying people to be on these platforms, to even be able to get sponsorships and get paid, is because these people have the voice, but they also have the ability to push a particular product, a particular propaganda, or a particular agenda. So some people have heard me in the past, personally and professionally, speak about this, like, things are a distraction. And I say, but how is this possible? And I'm like, there's no way possible that everybody has the same exact idea, the exact same way, like, girl, then that means we have no personality. You're telling me in 2025 that everybody thinks the exact same way, talks the exact same way, walks the exact same way, we have the same personalities, the same ticks, the same dislike. Like, girl, no, there's a beehive mentality that's being pushed. And this is why certain platforms like TikTok is active. This is why these people be like, I made $10,000 a month on TikTok. Oh, for what? You're not scientists. You're not anthropologists. You're not fucking philanthropists. What are you getting paid $10,000 a month for? What are you doing that's groundbreaking for the people? Can we talk about it? No. They get sponsored by political parties. They get sponsored by, if you don't believe me, do your research. They get sponsored by political parties. They get sponsored by sub-houses, subcategories, sub-chapters that pays for certain agendas to be pushed. Like a pyramid scheme. I read into it on YouTube years ago. It was accurate, baby, and it just went on to other platforms. And so when you are awake, when you're really tapped in, when you're really wise, you start to see a pattern things, and patterns is what lets you know how things are moving. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's turn this down. So before we got interrupted with the tablet dying, so people being on social media and people posting on social media, and unless, because of course this is me, y'all. When I'm about to take a trip or I'm about to go do something, I will watch a lot of content on. And y'all, there's a reason why when they catch people on the darker side, when people commit crimes, they look up their search and activity levels online. Nobody is looking up how to cook pizza if they don't ever plan on cooking pizza unless there's something else going on. Nobody's looking up how to clean a gun unless they own a gun, unless there's some other shit going on. The same thing with any of this. Nobody is watching certain things on social media just to watch. People typically watch and post to have a sense of belonging. Another thing too, for sure, that social media shapes, and I've watched this, y'all. I want to say this. I've watched this. Social media will reshape your reality. Social media will have you feeling and thinking about yourself in a way that you've never thought about yourself in. Social media will also make people who will say, I'm comfortable in my look, I'm comfortable in my experience, I'm comfortable in my identity, all of a sudden do a whole 360 to where now they're liking certain things. And it's like, wait a minute, just a year or two ago, you didn't like it, but now all of a sudden you're on Facebook a lot. You got a lot more screen time. Now all of a sudden you like this, or now all of a sudden you want to do this. And y'all, I've seen it multiple times. Like I said, I knew somebody who did not like ethnic people. They only liked white people. And now all of a sudden they like everybody. They like Asians, they like blacks, they like Hispanics. And it's like, wait a minute, you don't like white people, honey? What's going on here? And they liked them so much they thought they were white. And girl, they look all ethnic. I mean, girl, come on now, girl. So it's like this is what happens when you're stuck on social media. People, like I say, they get on there to have a sense of belonging, to fit in, especially when it goes into like chat rooms and all sorts of good stuff. So for me, and I always tell this, people who are trying to, and how you know, because people are like, well, everybody's on there. Yeah, because I get on there too, time to time, right? I always tell people this: there's perks to having social media, and there's downfalls. How you know that your addiction to social media is unhealthy, that it's actually insane, is if you cannot go 7 days without any type of platform, social media interaction, any type of interaction with anybody that either make that say you're beautiful or ugly, doesn't matter. Anybody that pours into you, good or bad, if you cannot last for at least 7 days, where you're like, oh, I got to pick up my phone, I got to check Facebook, I got to check this, I got to check that, and even going into complete isolation, that's the problem. Because after those 7 days, you're gonna start to realize, Sean, if you're real nasty, because the furthest I went was 21 days, you'll start to realize that who you thought you were is actually not who you thought you were. Your ideas, your ways of doing things. Oh, I like to do this. Oh, this is how I speak. It's like, no, but you're starting to act like that now because of that social media. You're starting to feel like this is who you are because of social media. Because prior to social media, you didn't feel this way. And or you were hiding your identity. It was one or the other. Either you're hiding your identity and or social media has reshaped you. Because I do feel that too. I feel like people be trying to put on, and then of course, you start to see the real them come out. You start saying, damn bitch, you are a scammer. Damn bitch, you are a fraud. Damn bitch, you are this, you are that. And so that's where it's at. Social media is a good tool as far as, networking, building things up and advancing. But once again, looking at things or doing things that are not going to, you're not going to change. You're just going to sit back and just, oh, I was just watching. But what are the solution that you're coming up with? I'm not looking at shit that first of all is going to take me off my energy, and second of all that I cannot do shit about. I would say that's the most annoying feeling is when things are going on and you have no control over, you cannot do anything about it. And so that's what it comes down to. And like I said, they were concerned about things being changed around, and I advised them to stay off the internet for some time. Stay off the internet. Don't watch the news, baby. My life has been, I'm telling y'all, it's about to be November of 2025, and I have not had an anxiety attack, and it's about to be a year. And when I say anxiety attack, y'all, not a full on, because I've seen people say like nervous breakdown and stuff. Not that, but we're talking about where I feel so overwhelmed that I turn off all my phones, I shut my door, I lock my door, I shut myself down. I'm in a cleansing period where I'm like taking 5 baths a day. I'm just connecting with spirit. Like, baby, I don't want to see people. I don't want to hear people. I don't want to think about people. People make me sick. Like, we're talking about that point. Like being extreme. And of course, I'm not going to lie, throughout this year, I have felt instances where I was feeling like I was a little like getting there, but I did not fully get there. And so, of course, learning myself, but also learning, okay, no, these people are pushing me. Let me just keep my distance. Oh, this is the irritating moment for me. Let me not be there. And that's even going into a little side note where I was having a conversation with one of my sisters yesterday. Baby, y'all, I told y'all my situation. I became a late driver. I got my license very late because I was in 2 accidents that was very traumatizing to me. And I kind of lived in a fearful state. And so I kind of challenged myself to say, if you really are a spiritual person and you really do believe in the power of spirit, then drive. Stop being a bitch and drive then. Stop being a coward. If you're so spiritual and you're so tapped in, why the fuck are you scared? And so I challenge myself. I give myself 30 days to actually take driving lessons, pass the driving lessons, learn how to drive, and get my driver's license. And I did it. I did it in actually 21 days. But either way, I did that for myself. And so going into that, as a person in America, y'all, and of course, I'm not oblivious, and that's why I keep saying, like, I feel like a lot of people are influenced by social media, either that they are a strong person and they let social media weaken them and make them live in a fearful state, a state of being anxious, and of course, I'm just being truthful here, and or they are a scared, nervous, anxious person. They're trying to give off that they're confident for whatever reason. So maybe that people don't bully them or catch them up, because what I know as a person who was a scary person and actually, built my confidence up and all this other good stuff is that you can't be hot. You can't be lukewarm. You have to be hot or cold. You have to either be secured in who you are completely, or you have to lack security in who you are completely. It can't be, well, sometimes I'm secure, sometimes I'm not secured, or I give people the power over me, but I also have power of myself. No, baby, it doesn't work that way. If you got power over yourself, you're going to make sure that everything you do is okay. You're never going to give people the opportunity to catch you up and say, oh, it was their fault. It was their reason why they whipped my ass. It was their reason why they attacked me. It was their reason why they were being sexually whatever to me. And that's self-empowerment. And I want to point that out. That's self-empowerment. Self-empowerment is not having confidence to say, I know that I'm a easy target, but let me go walk through the danger zone. That's not self-empowerment, baby. That's stupidity. Self-empowerment is, you're going to throw yourself into a den full of wolves. You're raw meat. You're exposing your raw meatness. And, there's a lot of hungry ass animals out here. And then when the animals attack or the animals do so, oh, they violated me, and it's fucked up that they violated me. They shouldn't be able to violate me. I should have been able to do what I want and how I want to. Girl, what? And even going back into this show, and we're talking about years, baby, before I had a car, and years before, because I've always been grown. And when I say I've always been grown, I've always been ahead of my years. Okay, I wasn't and that's how I be thinking. So I think a lot of people, they're late bloomers. Or a lot of people, maybe they fully didn't become independent until recently, like we'll say within the past, 10 years, because I can kind of see that, and they've been sheltered prior to that. I can kind of see that, but I understood. Like, I will never go any place, and this I was telling one of my sisters, I will never go any place I don't feel safe in, even if it's convenient for me. Even if it is the cheapest thing for me, because cheapness or affordability is convenient in any way, shape, or form, baby, I will pay the extra dollars over there. I will pay the extra tea over there. I will sacrifice. Well, you know what? One more day, I need to make a little extra money to go over there. I never use not having my own place, not having a vehicle as a way of being convenient. Uber, like I said, they will owe me a lot of money because before I was driving, like I said, I think the most tab I paid on Uber was like $2,000 and some not dollars. And I'm sure I still got the screenshot somewhere because you have to keep all your tax stuff for up to 10 years. And this was within 10 years. But I spent almost it was like $2,100 something not dollars. And so I'm like, oh, honey, I lived a block over from grocery stores and convenience stores and places. But I had an experience where I was like, girl, I'm not putting myself in that situation again, honey. And so for me, that's what it was. But I'm like, the truth is, a lot of people are willing to risk their safety. And this is also in living. A lot of people are willing to risk their living. That's what it was like. This came up too, because there was a person of trans experience that claimed that they got all this money and they started dating a guy. The guy robbed them, and then they were on social media trying to expose the guy for robbing them. But in my mind, I'm thinking, like, why would you even subject yourself to that? Listen, baby, I don't care how neat I am of money and or penis. And I'm just being honest with y'all. I would never take that risk and just see anybody. Like, that's stupidity. I would never take the risk. Even when I was escorting, I really could use this money though. Let me invite them over. Everybody who called me was not invited over. If I felt something was a little off, and it's not just me, they feel like a bad person, but it's like, would I see this person without them giving me money? No. Bitch, more than likely if I'm not going to see you without you giving me money, I'm not going to see you with you giving me money, because there's a reason for that. I'm not stupid. And then when something go down, this person robbed me. It wasn't obvious. Somebody's on your phone telling you that they don't have a car, but they're coming to see you. If you don't have a vehicle, how are you able to afford me $250 for my hourly rate? If you can afford a $250 hourly rate, you can afford a car note of $200. And back then, car notes definitely was $200 before the pandemic. You could have got a car for a $200 car note. So make it make sense for me. So, girl, and you walking and shit. Girl, I didn't see no clients that were walking into that. But like I said, I know everybody is different. But of course, once again, honey, something go down, you can't blame nobody but yourself. Same thing with this person being robbed. You can't blame nobody but yourself, baby girl. That's a lesson learned for you. And no, it's not right, but it's okay. Like Whitney said, okay? It's not right, but it's okay. Because at the end of the day, you learn from that lesson, or you're going to learn from that lesson. Same thing with that. Baby, like I said, I had bad experiences, honey. And I would even say, too, I believe that people I know have had bad experiences where people had knives pulled out on them. That right there will change my mind. See, when it comes down to intelligence and it comes down to maturity, if you want to put that out there, girl, all it takes is one bad experience happen to you, girl, and you're singing another tune. That whole girl, I have to have multiple experiences. I gotta have multiple times for people to pull a knife out on me. I gotta have multiple times for people to come up and want to fight me to say, oh, I need to start thinking about a safe location and my safety. Like, girl, if it takes that multiple times, there's something not right going on. There's something not clicking in that head. There's something not clicking in the head. Like I said, if people are saying the same thing, you're giving people the opportunity to say the same thing, girl, and you still want to be around that. Like I said, something clicking. So like I said, for me, I was willing to work my ass off, stay up for 18 hours a day working to make sure I could take an Uber ride to go to a safe place to go shopping at. I was willing to, get up early morning if it was the thing where I had to walk to this place. Okay, I'm only going in the daylight early morning when everybody is out. Even if that was an inconvenience for myself, I had to stay up. Oh shit, I'm working until 3 o'clock in the morning. If I go to bed, I'm not going to wake up until 12 o'clock. At that point, there ain't going to be nobody out, and I might be, in a weird circumstance or situation. Bitch, like I would stay up and go do that. So it's like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but convenience don't mean stupidity. Convenience don't mean it's convenient to, a man likes you and bring this man over. But that I mean, convenience is not this man coming over and he has everything to lose. And clearly if he got everything to lose, if he have everything to lose and he ain't got his own shit, he don't got his own car, his own place, his own job, which means he has shit to lose. Why would he not come to your house and try to rob you? Think about that. And you don't know what other people are thinking. Same thing with clients, same thing with any of that. If they don't have anything to lose, like, bitch, I could pay $250 to see this prostitute or this escort, but I don't got $250 for a car now. That means they ain't got shit to lose, bitch. They'll show up to that place and they'll get you right together. Like that, we got to move smarter. We have to move smarter. And so secured and being self-empowered mean you know your worth and you know what you're not going to be subjecting yourself to. And like I said, people won't have the opportunity to do a fuck ass thing to me. And if something go down, it's because I allowed that. And so that's why I move with security and I move with the ability to say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And people take it, damn, you're a bitch. I'm not a bitch. I just know my shit. I'm not going to kiss ass because I'm lonely. I'm not going to kiss ass because I need friends, because bitch, that's never the case. Friendships are definitely good, but there's always room out there. There's always people out there that are trying to be a friend. My question is, are you a real one? My question is, are you a real support? Are you just somebody that's using? Are you just somebody who needs somebody to say, oh, just in case something go down, I need you to be my right-hand woman? Like, this is what it comes down to. So we got to be smart. We got to move smartly. We got to use our common sense. We got to know who we are. And if that means staying up off social media, which I advise you to do so, do it. If you're on social media buying shit, you're on social media connecting, stay on social media. But if you're on social media just because, I want to see what they're talking about today when it comes down to this and that. And that's something like obsession. But that's been a keyword that's been coming up a lot for the past week, honestly. Obsession. I saw this on somebody's car window and I was like, obsession? Who the fuck? Is Spirit talking to me? Because I'm not obsessed with a fuck ass thing. Obsession. There's been a lot, I think a lot of people are obsessed with a lot of things and their obsession is driving everybody around crazy. And I can admit that with me. I know people that are obsessed with things. Maybe the obsession is to want to be liked, want to be loved, want to be accepted. The obsession is they got to be around the people. They got to have friends. They got to seem like they're important. They're obsessed with learning about the politics. They're obsessed with learning about the laws and this and that. And in my mind, I'm like, if you're going to do something about it, I can see it. But if you're obsessed with the government and you're not doing anything about it, like all you're doing is just talking about it, bitch, you're not doing anything about it. That's called insanity. Bitch, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to hear that. If you're out here obsessed about being liked by people and people are dogging you out or they are abandoning you, you're like, oh my God, why are people ignoring me? You're not seeing the picture. Bitch, that's insanity. I don't want to hear about that. Bitch, don't keep my distance. Like, you have to understand you are your power and people are going to come to you. You're going to attract, you are a magnet. You're going to attract the people you need in your life. You don't have to go chase after it. You don't got to make 20 profiles out there because you're looking for a partner. And of course, this is just me speaking broadly. You don't have to go to clubs because you're looking for friends. You don't have to go to every platform to see what people are talking about when it comes to legal stuff. Just to feel like, oh, now these are, because like I said, I'm not that girl. And I will tell you that I'm not that afraid that we're going to sit up and have political conversations all the time, every time. Because like I said, I'm not psychotic. I don't suffer from imposter syndrome. Where I'm like, I'm a witch, I'm a spiritualist, I can manifest, I can shift energy, but yet I'm sitting here complaining about energy because we know that words have power. We know that thoughts create things. And so even if the world is falling and the government is coming out and saying, bitch, if y'all don't get y'all shit together, we coming for class A people, class B, class C people. Oh, girl. Honey, I'm like, bitch, let me go work this energy. Now I'm gonna put in the energy. Oh, Donald Trump think he about to get me together. Let me start working this energy. So when he's throwing, I'm catching and I'm manifesting and transmuting that energy. Like that's what I'm talking about. And, ooh, I gotta keep up what's going on just in case something go down because things might change. Because let me tell you this too. Something came up for me. I know it sounds like I'm jumping around and shit, y'all, but I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna go. This gonna be the last thing I'm gonna say, I promise. Hold on. Oh, and the water I'm drinking is called the Mountain Valley Spring Water, and the water is from Wachika Mountains, USA. And y'all, this water is so good, by the way. It's a glass water bottle, and I usually drink this when I need to feel charged up. This water charged me up. Where is this at? Is this in Atlanta or something? Let me see. Hold on. Washita. Washita. It's called Washita. Washita Mountains. I don't know where the hell that's at, y'all. But listen, I don't know if y'all been watching this. There's been some situations going on, and I do want to say this because maybe these people are listening, maybe they're not listening. I don't know, but I noticed something funny. I noticed something funny with a particular type of people this year. After a certain time, and it was actually around May. I noticed something with a particular group of people. I was like, damn, I'm starting to see a lot of these people now. Like, what's going on? Is there cheap land over here? Are people giving money out? And of course, that was revealed too over the summer that, certain groups are getting certain monies from the government, also the good stuff, right? And we won't get into whether they're legal immigrants or not. And so either way, I was like, something funny is going on. And so I had this idea, and I'm not gonna say I had this idea because I think this is how spirit talks to you. Like I said, when I get a message from God, I don't hear this deep voice, hey, my child, or the soft voice, hey, girl. No, it sounds like my own voice talking. And I'm like, something is going on with these people. These people are doing some fucked up ass shit. And so I know this to be true because someone that I talked to, because I was like, can illegal immigrants get driver's license? And they were like, no, you cannot. You can get an ID, but you cannot get driver's license in the state of California. And I was thinking to myself, like, that doesn't sound right, though. Right? Like, this is just what I'm thinking. Like, I didn't even bother Googling it or typing it in, but I was like, no. Like, no, I don't believe that. Because the way these people be driving and the way these accidents be happening in California, I'm convinced a lot of these people that are driving legal driver license, or they really don't know how to drive and they got driver's license by way of some type of program. I'm convinced of that. And like I said, this is kind of like spiritual common sense for me. And so either way, y'all, two Indian truck drivers this week has killed people, and they got their driver's license from California. And so the news is sitting here saying how California, if these illegal or undocumented Indians will present certain documentation, that they are actually able to acquire a driver's license legally. So I was having a conversation with someone, and we were talking about we haven't been seeing that many people out. And the guy was like, and I'm not being funny, but I noticed a lot of my DoorDash drivers, I haven't seen a white, Hispanic, or black DoorDash driver in over 2 years. I've been seeing a lot of Indians. And for the past few weeks, and got this around the time where I started saying something is going on. The past 2 weeks, I have not been having, I was having all these Indian drivers. It was like Indian drivers, they didn't know English. I'd be like, thank you. Or when I'm texting, they'll be texting funny. And so either way, y'all, I'm just saying this to say, like, this is how I know. Well, I know for sure I'm motherfucking tapped in. I don't need to like toot my horn or bring that up or be arrogant or egotistic about that, baby. Because like I said, in my prime age, girl, I've made dumbass decisions, but I know right from wrong, and I know things that don't make sense and don't make sense, bitch. I ain't doing it. And like I said, bitch, the same people that want to offer the advice, are you really gonna be helping out? Or are you just gonna be talking, bitch? If I can't reach out to you, girl, and I've been nothing to people that be out here offering advice or shit, and y'all see what Donald Trump got on? Okay, bitch, what you gonna do to help me with this problem? Honey, you offer services to help me. Oh no, I don't offer services to help me. I just wanted to talk about it. Then shut the fuck up. Respectfully, ma'am or sir or madam sir. Respectfully. Then shut the fuck up. Oh God, I just want to say, girl, what? And girl, listen. And that's what I be thinking too, y'all. I be thinking to myself sometimes when I like meet people or I know people, I'm like, what do we have in common, right? And I be thinking like, we really don't have things in common. But I'm like, I think we do have things in common, but I think multimedia, social media, and other things have made us different. And I think even a sense of, I think there's two types of people in this world. I think there are bosses, and I think there are uh, respectfully minions. I think there are people that are like checking people out and they have to look up people and they got to look up what people do and they, oh, who is this and what is this and ooh, like that type of thing versus using that exact same energy to put into their business, to level themselves up, to get right, to become the next millionaire. Because that's what I'm thinking about. And there's what you to share with that girl. I'm not getting on social media to see what Tom Vegas do. I like people. There's people that I have subscribed to on platforms that I do check out every now and then. But girl, to get invested, fully invested, I'm like, wait a minute, this look like them. But wait a minute, this and they'll be like, baby, I don't do that. And so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, yeah, that's what that be. The bossness in me is like, baby, every second I get, baby, what can I do to make myself better? What can I do to elevate? Now, let's I'm gonna be reaching out to Jonathan Taylor, or I'm gonna be reaching out to Megan Thee Stallion. Baby, I'm not about to be sitting here watching Megan Thee Stallion obsessively. Hey, there's no shade with that. And I love Megan Thee Stallion. I love Doja Cat. Do I watch them every day? No. Do I listen to their music every day? Yeah, but not like obsessively. But am I, oh, what they got going on? Let me type in and Megan Thee Stallion. Like, girl, what? Like, that's a little too much, babe. Like, now your identity is becoming something else and someone else. And even going into a lot of this where people be like, I've been on. I'm like, is it you being on or is it you watching other people be motivated to be put on? Because, baby, I know, I know who I am. I know what I am. I know there's a time and place for everything as well. I know that when I'm in my personal life, my business life, and the things that I do for money, we're not doing that in my personal life. When I'm out running errands, when I'm out doing my thing, I turn that off. When I'm out running my errands and I'm out doing my thing, I turn all that off, baby. I'm not looking for or connecting to, well, I'm a spiritual person. Let me tap into giving this person a reading. Spirit is telling me about this person. Yeah, things come up. I mean, girl, even when I be talking to people I know, things be coming up where spirit is like, bitch, watch them. And I'm like, why am I, they doing something sneaky? And spirit's like, no, but they, and then there you go. And of course, I be wanting to say it sometimes like, hey, this is what's coming up. But I'm like, oh no, girl, that's not a big issue. That's not a big deal. That's not something that's really bothering me. So I'm not going to address it. Like I said, we're not in a reading session. So what I look like just always giving out readings. You know what I mean? And the same thing with any of that. Like, girl, there's a lot of stuff I'm good at. There's a lot of stuff that I do that I, got, training for and stuff. But like I said, when I'm out doing my personal shit, I'm out doing my personal shit. I'm not checking to see, I'm not trying to get validation in my experience, in my identity. I know who I am. I feel comfortable who I am. So I don't need you to validate it by telling me that I'm beautiful or I'm this and I'm that. And that's how I was going into even social media, trying to hang out. And I'm really done, y'all, because of course I'm looking at time. So I do 10 o'clock and I got to go here. I got to go take this case water out my motherfucking car and go wash this motherfucker because the bitch is motherfucking dirty. Hello. But Social media will reshape your identity and your reality. Social media will have you thinking things about yourself that is not true. I consider myself an exotic person. I think for the most part, unless you've had plastic surgery or unless you've just been really, really blessed with small features, for the most part, you are exotic looking, right? And I think that exotic is a beauty that some people find attractive and some people find ugly. And depends on your type of exotic. Most people find you beautiful while some will find you ugly. And when I say some, it'd be like 51 versus 49, right? And it's usually, depending on your type of exotic. For my exotic, I do think that most people will find me unattractive. I'm okay with that, especially if I'm not into you. I'm okay with that. If I don't plan on procreating or doing anything with you, I'm okay with that. If you're my type and you called me ugly, more than likely I will be offended. But the weirdest thing about it is that the people that I tend to like me. The people that I find attractive tend to be like, I find you attractive too. And so going into that, y'all, I told you I was on Bigo and I was around a group of miserable ass, hateful ass people that are insecure. And I think that a lot of people are trauma bonded. I think just like with YouTube, a lot of people got on YouTube and they were trauma bonded. These people were insecure about who they are, their identity, their blackness, their womanhood, their gayness. And when they find somebody who is black, confident, and if you want to say queer, because I don't identify as that, but for public sake, queer, and they know that you're confident in your motherfucking self, it irks them, it bugs them. So they're like, bitch, the fuck? I'm more beautiful than this bitch. How the fuck? How the fuck this ugly ass bitch got all this fuck? And there we go. And so anyway, they were trying to convince me on this platform that I was ugly and I was like insecure and my insecurities were showing. I was just like, but how's that possible? What insecurities are showing? Because I'm minding my business. What insecurities are showing? Because I don't talk about nobody with nobody else. Wait, I'm so confused. What insecurities? What are y'all talking about? Ugly. I'm ugly, but everybody who's in here is in here because of me. This is my room with my picture on the profile. I was not a host. I'm still not a host on Bigo. And my room will be maxed the fuck out until a certain type of person or certain type of people started coming in. But they kept just spewing this ugly. This bitch looked like a frog. And I was like, I've never been told I look like a frog. I was just like, what's the fuck going on? And then for a quick second, I started thinking well, I am getting older. Maybe they're seeing something I'm not seeing. So maybe I am. But then, of course, I'm reminded because the people that I actually like, successful, content men who don't have to prove anything to anybody. They don't give a fuck about what you think about them. Those are the men I like. I don't like insecure ass, I got to do this to prove point ass men. These men were in the DMs saying shit like, you're beautiful. This man were randomly sending over dick pictures of which I were not asking for. While these women who are so-called baddies, who are so-called pretty, everybody, oh, they're so pretty, they're so this, they're so that. They were either using filters or some of them were naturally beautiful. They had to either beg or they had to chase. It was given very much like, I'm going to be in this to see what they're going to do. Because even going into some of them, they were like, oh, I only do this and this is no cut in. But some of them were like, oh, I only give this out of their paying me. I only do this to that. And then mysteriously, people are on here for free. And I'm just like, wait a minute. I thought you said you only charge for people to be added to your snap. So I'm just like, wait, okay. But that's how it works. Every now and then people want to feel pretty. And so, of course, you're going to do things to prove to people that you're that girl, that one. Some people say, baby, I don't have to go out. I don't have to get surgery. I don't have to put on wigs. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't got to do this and I'm still going to slay. And so let me go out to prove that I'm still that girl. And of course, hey, girl, whatever floats your boat, whatever builds your security up. But like I said, for me, there's nobody on this earth that can ever send you a screenshot and say that I was in their DMs flirting with him. That I initiated, hey, boo, you looking real good. Oh, yeah. Or going there doing little, flirtatious things. Hey, babe, ooh, you looking kind of hot today. That body, girl, bye. Because for one, there's many reasons why I do that. But the main thing I do that for, but you're not sitting here and act like you think I'm ugly, but privately you want to fuck. We're not playing that no more. You're not gonna be in the room saying, "Ugh, why this ugly ass transvestite over here saying I'm good looking?" And then behind the scenes, baby, when you coming out to see me, when you coming to Florida, when you coming to Las Vegas, when you coming to New York, oh baby, we don't do those games no more. We don't play that. And so if you earned that, which means you paid for that, girl, it will never get exposed, even when we get into bad terms. And so that's what I wanted to talk about is that puts the ice on the cake. Reality, social media, people are used to seeing these filters. People are used to being in a beehive mentality. When you think outside the box, you're a narcissist, you're egotistical. When you think outside the box, you're trying to be different, you're this or that. Oh, something's a little different, and da 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 da. As well as even going into knowledge. Some people think because they Googled or they heard Reddick from other stupid ass people that now they got the knowledge. And once again, I only speak about what I know, honey. I don't go off assumptions. And when I said I know, I've done extensive research on. I just didn't Google. I actually can pull out a book and say, this is what it has been, this is what it is, and blah, 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 blah. But I'm saying in the sense of, and I know this to be true, when people don't like certain people, they will find everything wrong about certain people. And the people that they like, they will give them grace. They will say, yeah, they were bad, but for the most part, they were good. And I'm like, but they were so good for the most part. Why didn't you use their goodness to get ahead? Oh, I had a manager. I've been at your job for 15 years. And the past 5 years of this job has been horrible. So the past 10 years prior to that, if it was so good, why didn't you elevate with that manager? Why were you never promoted? If it was so good, why she never promoted you? If that boss is better than this boss, why is she never promoting you? Is that a false sense of security? And that's not anything. Oh, girl, yeah, I like this one better than that one. But when that one was happening, why didn't you get your shit together? If that was really the key and you liked that, oh, I loved when I was living here. Oh, if you loved when you were living at that point, girl, you should have been using that time to get your shit together and to elevate. Girl, you don't be in a state of love and not manifest. So it's like, girl, is that a false sense of security? Is that the devil playing with you? Is that the energy that want to keep you down, have you think that you're secured when you're really not? Because like I said, I really think when people dislike people, they will find everything they can about this person. Oh, I hate the way they look. I hate the way they smell. I hate the way they walk. Hate the way they talk. Like, girl, I hate everybody. To be honest with you, girl, I learned to like you. But I dislike everybody, if you want to be honest. I dislike everybody, girl. I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. I'm not homophobic. I'm not any of that, baby. If you do stupid ass shit up, I don't got, oh, girl, I mean, I already expected that from you. Honey, you proved me wrong that you really are a nice person, a good person. Then I'm like, see, I love this person. I like this person. You earn my liking. You earn my love, honey. You don't just get it because, oh, she's such an innocent, sweet person. We like them. Girl, bye. You got to earn it. So that's it, honey. I'll be doing a video soon about the oil bottles and stuff. And if not, in a few, I'll be doing it tonight. Yes, honey, that's all we're talking about, y'all. We're still, available just because, I don't got to be on here every day. Yes, I'm still available. People email and say, hey, are you still doing readings? Are you still doing casework? Yes, I am. Check that blog spot, twospiritmystic.blogspot.com, or you can send me an email to 8spirit8mystic8@gmail.com. That's 28spirit8mystic8@gmail.com. And of course, I'll get back to you. Y'all, we got some teas. We got some teas. I do. Oh, y'all, Midnight Metanoia. Somebody was talking about Beyond the 11th Gate. Yes, we will be getting into that because I think that the matters of Beyond Left Gate are really, really important. I think they are important matters because I do feel like we are dealing with a lot of spiritual things. I'm even seeing like relationships being tested. I'm like, oh, this is spiritual. This is not nothing physical. This is not this person or these people. You know what I mean? Doing shit. It's the spirit saying, let's just fuck it up. Let's fuck it up. Let's irritate the fuck out of this person. No, ma'am. God bless you. Okay, anyway, let me see what's opinion of y'all opinion of not by. Come on, Jay Tomlin. How you doing? Oh, no Washington. Oh, come on in here. No Washington is in Oklahoma. So I drink Oklahoma water. Shout out to the Oklahoma water, honey. Ow. The Washita Mountains. Shout out to the Washita, honey. Come on in here. Yes, honey. This water is good, y'all. Okay, and Sprouts be having this water on sale, y'all. 2 for $5. And you take the bottle and you boom, 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 boom. That's the echo of the ancestors. Boom, 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 boom. Let me stop. Ow! Let me go, y'all. Let me go, y'all. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Yes, honey. Is it Washita Midwest somewhere? I guess so. And they actually spell it, Jay, they actually spell it Q. Quachita. Yeah, they spell it Quachita. Let me look this up. I didn't know it was in Oklahoma. I could have sworn I saw like the South or something. Shit, that'd be crazy as hell. It is in Oklahoma. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. It said Washita Mountains range in Oklahoma. It says that, it's western Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma. Known for their unique east to west orientation, they are a haven for outdoor activity like hiking, fishing, and scenic drives. With the Washita National Forest covering up a large portion of the area, the highest point in Mount Magazine in Arkansas. Oh, the highest point is Mount Magazine in Arkansas. I like this. And it actually extends 225 miles east to west from central Arkansas to southeastern Oklahoma. Unlike most North American ranges, the Washita Mountains run east to west, creating a distant north-facing moisture hardwood and soft-facing drier pine slopes. Ooh, this water is really good, y'all. And it's actually highly nutrient as well. It's highly nutrient. Can we get into the highly nutrient? It's highly nutrient, honey. Highly with Kylie with Diley. Okay, hold on. Let's get into it. It's highly nutrient. Okay, it has 72 to 67 to 72 milligrams of calcium per liter. It has 7.2 to 13 milligrams of magnesium per liter. It has 0.7 to 1.2 milligrams of potassium per liter. And as well as it has a pH balance of 7.3 to 7.77. Isn't that amazing, y'all? It gives you the nutrition that you need, the calcium, the magnesium, and the potassium. Y'all better get it together, honey. Hello. And I'm drinking 1 liter right now. So I'm taking my vitamins right now. Taking my motherfucking vitamins. Is that alkaline? Yes. Yes, this is natural alkaline water. Natural alkaline. Yes, honey. Very good. I'm telling you, I feel refreshed with this water. Nothing beats vapor distilled spring water. Nothing beats that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got this vapor distilled spring water, natural spring water. I think it's called natural spring water. Hold on, let me tell you. Because I might be not saying it correctly. Where's that bottle at? Of course, Essentia is still my girl too, but I don't really be craving her like that. Where is that bottle at? Oh well. I'll tell you the next time that I'm on. There's a water that I drink, and when I tell you, Jay, oh my God, that water, baby. It's tasteless, but it's so hydrating and it's so refreshing that when I tell you it gets out, like that's something to work on too. I did a body weight test. Most of my body weight is water, and that could be a good or bad thing because, of course, people who are building up fluid in their body, tend to have more water weight than any other water weight or any other, it'll outweigh the skeletal as well as the fat on the body and the muscle. And so I'm like, that's what I need to. I need to drink more water, and I need to sweat. You'll also build up water weight when you're not sweating enough, right? And so that's what I need to do. I've been staying on top of my exercising, y'all. I've been getting like 8,000 plus steps in. Like this morning, like I said, I've been up for about a good hour or two now, and I've already gotten 253 steps in, and that's just going from my bed into the bathroom, brushing my teeth, using the bathroom, then come back in my room. There we go. Bingo. And so, yes, honey, we will definitely, ooh, shit, chatting it up again. And I'll be back, y'all. I'll be coming back with a surprise, y'all. Maybe we'll do a midnight metanoia, honey. Maybe we'll do a midnight metanoia on live. Can we do that? Can we do that? Can we do? Y'all. Let me not say it. I just listen. I just had a fabulous idea, darling. Dolly, something just came up. I just had a good idea. I'm supposed to be washing my hair, y'all, but I just put my caffeine biotin in niacinamide hair drops in my hair, bitch, because I'm about to go out here, honey, put my wig on and go out here and do my thing. And y'all, I'll holla. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, Jay. Oklahoma means red people. Come on in here, Oklahoma. Okie. Uh-huh. Okie. You Okie. Okie people come from Oklahoma. Anyway, love and light, y'all. And I will be seeing y'all again very, very soon, okay? And let me put my spick nerd and shit on too, honey, while I'm at it, honey. I'm anointing my body with some. Oh, y'all. Oh, Jesus, come on in here. Oh, y'all. Oh, I got some dragon's fruit tea. Oh my God, y'all. This smells so good. Oh my God. Mmm. Oh, y'all. I got some dragon fruit fragrance oil. Oh. And it smells like bubble gum a little bit. But yes, honey, let me get up out of here. Love and light, love and truth. Protect yourself, protect the children, and protect the inner child in you, y'all. We'll be hollering again soon, very soon, okay? Good chatting with you, Jay. Bye, y'all. Ow.